Good morning, everyone. I'm Sumit from BBA Morning Bee, and today I will explain the topic of communication barrier in classroom scenario, and I will also tell the measures to overcome these barriers in this video. So let's start the video. As we all know that communication means exchanging of information between two or more person. So what is barrier to communication? Barrier to communication means the sender transmits a message with the expectation that receiver will receive, understand, and act on it. However, there are some factors which impede the flow of message and interpretation. Such factors or causes are also known as communication barriers. Now, there are generally four types of barriers to effective communication. First, semantic barriers. Second, psychological barriers. Third, organizational barriers. And fourth, personal barriers. And there are some parts which is shown in this video. Semantic barrier has badly expressed messages, symbols, technical jargon. Psychological has lack of attention, distrust. Organization barrier has complexity in organization structure. And fourth one has lack of confidence in subordinates. Now let's talk about the communication barriers which is faced in class scenario. First one is language, daydreaming, expression, disinterest, and anxiety. Now let's talk about language. Language is the primary way of communication, thoughts and ideas. If the teacher and the student doesn't speak the same language, the this can be a problem or barrier among between them. For example, if a teacher speaks English but student has that language as a second, they will face a problem and this can cause a barrier in between their communication. Now let's talk about daydreaming. A common barrier to effective communication occurs when the learner daydreams, that is, when he turns away from the flow of classroom. Students are failed to keep their full attention in the classroom if they think the movie that was seen by them in previous nights, for example. Now let's talk about expression. Communication is never exact. The initiator tries to put his ideas into words and then the recipient has to decode these words to understand the idea. When the teacher or student does not have the ability to choose a proper word to describe the ideas they want to convey, they will create a communication barrier in classroom. For example, this could be a teacher who is professional mathematics but an ineffective math teacher because the only way she can convey ideas is used to math jargon that student cannot understand. Next is disinterest. Disinterest arises among the students due to lack of available teaching materials, teaching system, and efficient teachers in classroom. To eradicate distance, teachers should include motion pictures, films, modems, specimen extras. Now anxiety. One of the major emotional cause of communication barriers students has is anxiety. Anxiety. If a student is anxious and unsure, they are less likely to speak up in class. How to overcome this barrier? There are some measures like criticism. Criticism creates barriers that demoralize students and teachers sometimes to communicate in class. For example, when a student is rejected from questions, he or she feels wrong, disheartening, which refrains him from interacting fellow counterparts and teachers. Welcoming student boldly ask questions, encouraging teachers to appreciate the confidence creates a good learning and teaching atmosphere in the classroom. And language is barrier. To overcome this barrier in the classroom, educators to speech have a basic level of understanding of the common delicate of students and locality. Not only does occasionally communicating in the vernacular allow the teachers to teach better and develop good speaking skills also. Mutant teaching. One of the way overcome the barrier like disinterest to effective communication is implementation of part of technology intake in classrooms. Now what should be done on the part of students to overcome the barriers, communication barrier in classroom? First one is focusing on personal agenda, criticizing the speaker, getting distracted by external noise, stop, look and listen. Focusing on personal agenda. When we spend our more listening time formulating our next response, we cannot be fully attentive to what speaker is saying. Criticizing the speaker. Do not distract by critical evaluation of the speaker. Focus on what they are saying, the message rather than the messenger. Getting distracted by external. Audible noise may be extremely distracting. Some things can be minimized. Example, turn down the ringer on your phone and notification on your phone or computer while meeting with someone. stop. Focus on the other person, their thoughts and the feelings. Consciously focus on quitting your own internal commentary and step away from your own concerns to think about this of the speaker. Look, pay attention to the non-verbal message without letting yourself be distracted. Notice body language and non-verbal cues to allow for a richer understanding of the speaker's point. Listen for the essence of the speaker's thought, details, major ideas, and their meaning. Seek an overall understanding of what the speaker is trying to communicate rather than reacting to the individual words or terms that they use to express themselves. Thank you for watching.